Hey everyone, welcome to Rooster. If this is your first time here and you don't know who we are, Rooster is a one-stop shop for all of your HR needs, from recruitment to managing talent to also retaining talent. Whether you're just starting out or you have a team of hundreds of employees, we can help you with different solutions to make your life a lot easier. Now, what I want to do today is give you a quick walkthrough of our entire solution from top to bottom and kind of give you an idea of exactly what we have on the system. So let's jump straight in. So you're probably at our website right now, which is www.rooster.org. If you don't have a Rooster account, I urge you to sign up. If you are an organization with less than 20 employees, for a limited time, we are giving our HRIs completely for free. Make use of this time, sign up, and we'd love to hear your feedback as well. So if you head over to our website, which is www.rooster.org, if you're signing up for the first time, just click on sign up for free, or you can just log back in if you already have a Rooster account. So I'm just going to click sign in here or sign up. It's of course going to ask you whether you're a business owner or an employee. We direct employees to log into their employee portals as opposed to creating a brand new account. So I'm just going to go and click on I'm a business owner. So let's give you start filling this out. Let me just give in a number here. You can also set up a password. So it's as easy as that. You sign up, but you now need to make sure you verify your email just so that we know you're legitimately using the system. So let me just go ahead and do that. You would have gotten an email that says verify your email. As soon as you click on it, it'll redirect you to back to your application. And now you can start by updating your company profile. So let me go ahead and click on this. You would have noticed that there is a blue bar on the top. This is just to let you know that we've created certain templates or a few dummy data that kind of showcases exactly how you need to set up your job post. So you can ignore it for now. But let's start by updating your company details. Let me go and just give a few options here. You can also add as many departments as you want to. And if you realize that there are no departments or the departments that you have in the organization are not here, you can just go ahead and type it in saying, and just hit enter, and it will create that department within your organization. Let's give it a quick description. This is, for the moment, is not important, but as you post jobs and when they look at your careers pages or when they look at your careers page, you're going to see this information pop up. So let's just go ahead and give it a proper description. State a website, and then the company number, of course. It's going to give a fake number here. It's currently in Sri Lanka, so in Sri Lanka, let's give it an address. 234 Road. And then time zone as well. So the time zone only becomes important if you're using tracking features like time tracking and time off. Now it's a good practice to have it set up here, but you can always come back and set it up as well if you all need to. Oh, sorry, only the right time zone. And there you have it. So you have your company details updated. What you need to make sure is that you also update your company logo. This logo is what shows up in all of your pay slips and all the emails that are sent out. And also as you post a job, this is where your company logo will be displayed. It's important to make sure the company logo is there. If you're using our applicant tracking system or our recruitment services, we will not post a job without having a company profile there. So you have two options here. You can either create your first job, or you can integrate your website or your careers page directly to the applicant tracking system. That way, as soon as HR posts a job here, it'll go live on your website. So let me go back to settings here. As you can see on the left-hand navigation pane, you have a few options. Let's go to settings. Let's go to settings and go back to general here. If all the information that you added before, is available, you can go ahead and edit it and add a company logo here. So let me quickly do that. We'll select some random logo for now. All right, and you can just make sure everything is correct and go and update it. So now you have everything that's essentially needed or that's important is set up. We have a few other options with the applicant tracking system, which is you can enable job requisitions. If you have job requisitions that you practice within the organization, where a requisition needs to be raised to HR before it goes live, you can enable it here. We'll come back to that on a later video, but for now, let's go ahead with the standard setup. If you go to your overviews page, this is where you will see all of your analytics data. You can track your hiring teams day to day, see how many CVs that came in. If I were to go to our actual Rooster account, let me just show you what that looks like. So this is an example of your hiring pipeline. You'll be able to see where your candidates are coming from because we track that as well. And then, what your candidate volume is. If you have rejection templates that you use, we use that as well. So like I mentioned before, you would see a few draft jobs that were created here. If you click on inactive, you'd see that we've already given you a few sample jobs. You can take a look at it just to see how things are set up. You can take a look at your hiring team. You can take a look at your hiring process, your custom questions. I'll go through this one by one so you don't have to essentially look at it. You can straight away delete these jobs so that they won't show up in your account. And then you have your candidates page as well. And you have assessments. As you sign up, assessments are a premium or a Rooster Plus feature where you will not be able to use it unless you upgrade. But with the free account, you can post your first 3 jobs for free. So you can test out the applicant tracking system and the features. If you are directly looking at Rooster to source candidates for you, especially if you're in the Southeast Asian region and you're hiring in that region, that's when you would need to upgrade to a Rooster Premium account. So let's just start off with how do you create a job post, right? So we just click on create here. You can go over here and just give it a title. You can add the department, the employment type, just add all the information that you would use here. So let me go back and just copy paste the job description that was there in inactive job post just for this this exercise. So I'm going to create a new job. You have a job description here where you can paste the job description. And on top here, this is where you'll fill out information so that we would know how to better match the skills that you're looking for with the candidates that we have. So let's just go here. Try and list out as many skills here as possible. And if, the more the better, it helps us. It helps us be more proactive with sourcing candidates for you. So I'll just leave these 3 for now. And then you can mark it whether it's a remote position or whether it's an in-person position. You can also add the location as well. Just go with the location for now. And then you can also include your salary information. This drastically increases the chances of you getting more candidates. It's roughly about 25 to 30% more traffic that you would get if you display your salaries. But if that's something that you don't do as a company, you can definitely ignore it. But for this case, let's just go ahead and mark this as, third to 500. We can give a minimum and a maximum range, and you can be a monthly salary or a weekly salary. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to create this. So now you have a few options here. Once you create the job, you can go ahead and straight away share your job post. So let me click on share and you get a couple of information. You can create custom links. For example, if you're, sending this link for internal referrals, right? So straight away go here, generate the link. It will give you a custom link where we'll track all the CVs that come in from these job posts, but straight away, or you can just click on LinkedIn. It will give you a pop-up on how you can log into your LinkedIn profile and post it there as well. So let me just go back. There are some of these options here. All right, so a few things that you would need to know here. Once you have your job post created, this is where you need to start looking at the other tabs. There are a few options that we would give you to help you with the entire sourcing side of things, or help you with the entire process from start to finish on posting a job, to helping you with the hundreds of CVs that come in, all of those good stuff. So you would click on hiring team. This is where you would assemble the team that would be looking at all the CVs that are coming in through. You can switch out your hiring manager and you can add interviews as well. Now, before you do this, you have to invite other users onto the system. So the way you would do that is you go to settings and you go to teams. You can go to invite users and you can click on invite users and give a name. So here, employee1, XYZ, employee1 at rooster.org. And then let's just give it a custom role. So if you're adding somebody who also needs full access to the account, you can add them as an owner or an administrator. If you just want to give them access to the ATS or the HRIS specifically, you click on custom and select hire and bring them in either as a hiring manager, an interviewer, or an external user. A hiring manager can create and delete job posts, whereas an interviewer can only view candidates that they are attached to or tagged to. External users can only look at CVs. They can't really look at anything else on the system. So let me go and add an interviewer. So as soon as I click on an invite, it'll send an invite. It'll show you here that an invite has been sent as well. Now, if I go to hiring team and click on interview, I see that there's an additional person here that I can invite, and I can also add them to existing candidates, or if I want to add them to candidates that only apply from today onwards, you can do that as well. So let me go and add that interviewer here as well. I know it can be confusing because I use the same names. Let me go and change that around real quickly. Settings. So let me quickly refresh this page just so that everybody sees it. Right. So now that we have that set up, we have the hiring process. This is where you can, set up the Kanban board or the pipeline that you have. For example, if I go into the hiring pipeline, you're going to see that we have certain stages that are already set up. You can go back and change this around, or you can use, or you can create separate stages on the system and save stages. And when you go back to the hiring pipeline, you're going to see that there is a new assessment stage on the system. So let's go back. That's how you would set up your interview or your hiring process. Then you have things like custom questions. This is where you can make sure that you get as many information from the candidates as possible. That way, when you're looking at their CVs and screening them, you will know exactly what you're looking for, and you'll have all the information that you need to have before even bringing them on board to an interview. So let's just quickly go and take a look at this. Let me go ahead and add a question. We have a few options that you can use. You have short answers, long answers, URL, yes, no, Boolean type questions. You can upload a file. You can add video questions. Now, this is also a premium feature from this point onwards, or you have to have a Rooster Plus subscription. If you need to judge a candidate's soft skills, most of the time you have to wait until they show up in person for the interview or jump on the interview call. But you can set up video questions here. That way, when candidates apply, they can record a 5-minute video of themselves. When they do that, you will be able to play it back while they're looking at their CVs or their resumes, and it'll give you a pretty good idea of their language skills, the soft skills. So you can definitely do that as well. And then you can add assessments. I'll walk you through assessments as well. And then you have a few knockout questions that you can use. So let me just quickly add a question type for each so that you all have an example. So you can just say, what is your salary expectation You can make it a required field and an optional field. Then let's add a long letter. You can add a cover letter option if you need to. And then you can add a URL. And then you have Boolean. It's basically yes, no question. You can upload a file. And then just skip assessments for now. I'll come back to it. And then you can add a few of these other questions like drop down, single choice, multiple choice. So if I were to select one of these and just say a single choice question, I can go ahead and add the question. How many years of experience do you have? And then you can give options saying 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and 4+. I can say 4+ years. I can disqualify these candidates based on the answers that they give. I can give the option to Rooster saying if they select these answers, disqualify them, or if they don't select these answers, disqualify them. So for this option, if I say, if the answer is not 4+ years, it will automatically disqualify them, right? And then I click on Save As. So now it's added that question here. And then we can also add a video questions here that says, tell us about yourself. Make it. So there you have it, and now you can save it. So this has essentially curated the candidate application process. So if I go and click on this link that you can now share, this is what you're going to see as a candidate. You're going to see the job application page. You're going to see, all the questions that you just set up here. So as a candidate, let me go ahead and update it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just, upload a profile or upload a CV here. Then let me add my name as well. So let's just say you can add your LinkedIn profile as well. You can add again a portfolio if you have one. And this is where you can choose the question. So I'm just going to select 3 years just so that you would see how the candidate gets disqualified. I'm going to click on continue. Now this is going to take me to the page where I need to create a video or record a video. And the question is, tell us about yourself. The candidate can record a video and stop it. They can, click on record again if they need to. And it says the application was successfully submitted and they would get an email as a candidate. So let me go back onto the job post. And if I go onto the hiring pipeline, you can see that there is one candidate that has applied and they've automatically been moved into the screening disqualified pipeline simply because they answered the wrong question. And then you can go to the bottom and see like, okay, they've given the wrong answers here. And also, you will not see the video functions here because obviously this is a free account and the video hasn't been enabled and the Rooster Premium has not been enabled. I'll make sure that there is a video linked to that as well. There are a few options here that you can also make sure that you can go ahead and do your careers page integration. If I were to show you one of our clients, it says is so this is what one of our customers' careers page look like. It's a seamless integration that blends in with your existing website design. You'll not need to create a different look and feel, or it doesn't redirect you to a different page. The URL is always consistent. So it'll be a seamless integration. So now you can set up your assessments. In the future, we will create assessment banks for you. If you're not entirely sure what assessment to use, you can reach out to us through our support chat. We typically respond pretty fast in our support chat for you.
So when you log into your Rooster account, all you have to do is click on Hire. This will take you to the ATS panel, and then click on Assessments. Here you can have a bank of assessments that you create. Very soon we'll be coming up with a bank of assessments that you can use for certain roles. But for now, you have the freedom of creating whichever assessment based on whatever skills or position you're trying to hire for. So let me go and quickly edit a assessment that I've already created, but if you want to create a brand new one, you can create it by clicking Add New Assessment, and it will bring up this panel. Let me show you how to add a question. So this is an example of a assessment that I very quickly created. It's a single choice where the candidate has to select the right answer from a bunch of options that they've been given. If they select the right answer, they do get awarded a score. And I've also listed a pass score for this assessment. So any candidate that goes above 10 or actually gets the right answer will be qualified. If not, they will be disqualified. So I can add another section here, and within this section, let's just say critical thinking. And again, we can either do multiple choice or we can do single choice. I'm going to go with the single choice option here. So once we add this, we can, add a few more information to this assessment. So essentially, the candidate will have to decide which of these statements are correct. So let me go ahead and add the options here. And then finally, both statements. And then of course, again, you can give the right answer a score. Just mark everything as 0. And then you can update the assessment. Now once you update it, you will see that it's an active assessment. So when you create a job post, so for example, if I were to go into this sales job post, and we can go into custom questions here. Here I've added a number of questions. So if I were to go back here and select a different type of assessment, or you have a number of questions you can select from. If I select assessments, I can add the assessment question here. So I can add the reasoning test, and also I can dictate which stage do they need to receive the exam. So for example, if they need to answer as and when they apply for the position, you can add it to the screening section. So as they apply for this job, they will get a message or an email saying that there is a assessment that follows with this in order to qualify. Or you can add them to any other stage that you have on your pipeline. So when somebody initially looks at them and moves them to that pipeline, they will get an automated email prompting them to start the assessment process. So let me just go ahead with screening here, select the form. You can make it a mandatory field, of course, and you can add the question here, and you can save changes. Now that we set up the questions that the candidate needs to answer along with the assessments here, we can take a look at what the candidate would see. So if I click on the job position or the job application page, once a candidate submits the application, they have to verify their email. So let's go ahead and do that. So as you can see, you get an email asking you to verify. When you click on it, it'll do the needful. When you go back into your inbox, you'll be prompted with another email asking you to complete the assessment. So I click on Start Assessment. you will get the option to go ahead and complete the assessment. There'll be any instruction that you given will show up at this point. If you're timing it, that'll be informed to the candidate as well. As you can see, the question is available. Just for the sake of this, let me go and select the wrong answer and go to the next section. And for here, let me answer the correct question or the correct statement here. When we can finish, and it just gives you a message saying the assessment has been completed. And now if I go into the pipeline again, I can open up the candidate just applied, look at the assessments, and it shows that I've answered one question correct but the other one is not correct. And then we can go and take a look at the answers, saying okay, which ones are incorrect. It'll show that they failed the test. So this is how it will work. Hope this helps. Try it out. Definitely give us any feedback on our support channel if you have. Yeah, looking forward to hearing what you have to say.